Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Ignore that. It's fine, I promise. You won't have to worry about a thing. Be not afraid. How are we doing, everybody? Hello. It is Monday. It is Monday, my dudes. Hello, Hyde. Hello, SG. Welcome on in. Don't know how long stream's gonna be today, if I'm being honest. Don't know how long it's going to be, but we've got some attempted repair work that we gotta do today. Hold on, you're gonna see my tracking bones real quick. Just gotta recalibrate that a little bit. Alright. Busting out the 3D model. It's been a while. It has been a minute. I've actually got it properly tracking. I've got like some subtle body movement. I've got some semi-scuff hand tracking, but that's better than no hand tracking. But welcome on in, everybody. What y'all got going on today? What y'all got going on today? My desk is extra crowded today for many reasons. But we're going to be trying to fix a neck joint. An attempt shall be made. Off to the left, I've got a big box of polycaps that I'm going to examine. Got some rods that I'm going to potentially use. These are the 1mm. These are the 1mm. And I think these are the 0.8s, potentially? No, these are the smaller ones. Okay. They are a little bit on the fragile side, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But, yeah. So, for those who don't know, for those who may not have seen, while I was recording the review for our little knight, the neck joint, it didn't snap. It completely sheared off. So, we've got some repair materials on hand. And we're basically going to be trying to construct a new joint. Hello, Phil. How are you? Welcome on in. What you got going on today, Phil? I just finished watching the Game Awards nominations. So that was pretty cool. Chat, y'all should go totally follow Phil. Phil, we're trying to do a repair job today. We're attempting to do some big-time repair jobbing. Just got some editing work done, that's about it. DaVinci has been putting in the work with the auto subtitles and the silence removal. The only issue that I've had was a recent video, and I'm pretty sure it was a microphone issue. My little wireless mics kept cutting off half of what I was saying, so I'm not going to be using those for that anymore, for that particular thing. Ooh, that is a fragile little boy right there. Okay. So I ideally want to use the 1mm because it's a little bit less fragile, but I got the 0.8s just to be safe. Welcome on in, everybody. We got some coffee. Oh, you can actually see me, like, fiddling with the Ziploc bag. That's funny. There might be some cursed moments in this camera tracking, by the way. We've got ourselves our little hand drill. Avoid 3 common mistakes. Pop this out. I think we do have a drill size chart. Yes, we do. I'm going to need 1mm. 0.8mm. So, I have the tools. I don't know how I'm going to go about doing this yet. So, that's kind of the stream. Is, me trying to figure out how exactly I want to attack this. So, yeah, the The neck joint here, I'm going to try to pull it up and see if it'll focus. That has very much sheared. Here is the ball joint. And let me pull that down a little bit. The two of these were connected through a very, very thin piece of plastic. So it was inevitable that this was probably going to happen. This is my only pain point for this kit. The rest of the build was fantastic. This was a little bit of a design flaw. And the other kit in this line has a very different neck joint system. So I think they immediately realized what they had done. So for context, when I was recording a video, I tried to turn her head to the left, and that is what sheared the ball joint off. Because what had happened... Where is... You know what? We're going to use a beam rifle as our pointing tool for the day. What had happened was... right here in the neck joint, the ball joint itself was a little bit too big. So what had happened was, over the few days since we built the kit, that ball joint kind of, I wouldn't say expanded. This is ABS, so it's kind of like it bonded to the inner plastic of the neck joint, and it could no longer move. Like, it seized up. So that's what caused the head to essentially shear off. So, in hindsight, had I filed the ball joint down more the day we were building this, it might not have happened. It very well might not have happened. Yeah, even now this ball joint's, like, very tight. So we're going to have to figure out something, because filing this down is going to be rough. Unless I get it, like, reconnected to the neck stub with a pin, and then I'll have to file it down again. Hey, God and Nobody. Welcome, welcome on in. You get a little scuff wave because... There we go. My magnifying glass was in the way. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for the day. I'm leaning toward plastic cement for the actual connection process. Scratch my face here a little bit. And again, I've got this. This is the polycap graveyard. This is where all my other polycaps and I guess some beam effect parts go to die. The benefits of this, however, this means we have some tools to work with. We have some tools to work with here, like this neck joint, for example. I could potentially use this for something. Because even if it's like gray on the inside, you really wouldn't see that. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do, how to go about this, because I feel like I'm only going to have like one good shot to get this right. One of my thoughts was to like insert one of these polycaps into the head just to give it some space, but I need one that's like small. I need one that's much smaller. Alternatively, I jam this blue one in, and instead of having any up-down, she can look side to side. So it's a thought. It's a thought that I have. But that's going to be kind of today, just planning that out, staring at it for hours on end until something clicks. Y'all got any plans for the day? Got our handy-dandy wire cutters for cutting the brass wads. Rods? Ooh, ooh. Doing some sleeping, that's what I plan to do. Hell yeah. Get you some sleepy sleep. Get you some sleepy sleep. But yeah, we're using our 3D model today. So, okay. my thought process is... Well, there's one minor issue with this thought process. There is a peg hole right here. I initially wanted to bring the brass rod down to where it hit this joint part here. And I'm probably still going to do that, but I might have to sacrifice this peg hole. So I'm curious how well it will hold together without that being in place. Hello, Reprieve. Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking, God of Nobody, like, just permanently fuse the upper body together. And do something like that. Because... it's not the most, like, stable of connections in the lower portions. Like, the neck peg is what really holds it all together. But some plastic cement, or some super glue, would definitely work. That would probably be the most stable route, which is what I'm heavily considering. Seal the whole thing if it doesn't hold. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, good. You can see my little, you can see all my little stimming hand movements now. I'm doing okay, Reprieve. I'm doing okay. We're planning out some potential repair stuff. Because I accidentally ripped her head off. Allie got them noodle fingers on the model. I've also cut some of these down in case I needed to completely craft a brand new joint. Some of the flesh tones. Hey Johnny, welcome on in. How you doing? But yeah, I do have some Tamiya extra thin cement. And then I've got some standard purple cap super glue. 24 streak, let's go. Yeah, I actually just got this drill in yesterday. Go figure, it took something actually breaking for me to finally buy one, but we've got our little rods here. I'm leaning toward using the 1mm because that's the more stable one. Because yeah, if I drill out this hole right here, I can have the rod go down and sit in the torso, and it'll rest here. And that will give it... that'll give it some stability. I got 2 high grades from Witch from Mercury for 36. Ooh, which kits did you get? Which kits did you end up getting? How do I open this? Honey. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, this has a lot of drill bits. Now, we will have to be careful because these drill bits are very fragile. They are very fragile. Oh, are they finally showing up today? Those kits finally coming in? They're only as fragile as you want them to be. Place the bit on the scale to figure out what it is. Wow, this actually does not help me at all. They're all the same size. The scale is all the same size. Oh, wait. Is this how it's supposed to go? Oh, I think I understand how they want me to do this. I think I'm understanding now. It's a length thing, giggity. It's based on the length. So not quite that one. Okay, that one's a contender. I want to make sure I get the proper drill bit, and then I might go down a size. That's a tiny one. As someone who sharpens drill bits, this is a very bad way to see how wide a drill bit is. It's a terrible way. Yeah, no, this is very not good. This is very not good. I am not a fan. Of how they want me to do this. Yeah, no, this isn't working at all, actually. Teehee. Am I just gonna have to eyeball it? I might just have to eyeball it, chat. Oh no, you gotta go to work. Why are there 2 marks on the ruler? I don't know. It's very odd. Hope work goes by quick hide. I hope it goes by as swift as it can. I think the hardest part of this is going to be getting the drill bits lined up. This one feels close to what I need. That one feels close to what I need. Yeah, you have to scan the QR code to go find out what those 3 common mistakes are. Okay, this one looks correct. This one looks correct. Yeah, I think it's this one. Calibarn in the high grade for act. Ooh, nice. Yeah, reprieve. I feel like at some point there are going to be tears that are directly caused by this particular pin vise. And that's okay. Well, no, it's not okay. It's not okay at all, actually. I'm trying to get it to set. Not too tight, but tight enough. Okay. Let's put all these little goofy goobers. Yeah, no, funny enough, like, it immediately clamped off-center. It immediately clamped off-center. Like, I'm grateful that it comes with a bunch of bits, but having Allie eyeball stuff usually never goes well. Usually never goes well. Because, you know, I don't have an internal system of measurement in my brain. Or in my eyeball. Yeah, I think I think fusing the torso together is going to be the way. As much as I typically don't like permanently fusing stuff like that, I feel like that's going to be the way. Because in an absolute worst case scenario, where, for example, the arm peg were to ever break, right? I feel like I could find a workaround, you know? But the pegs and the arms are actually pretty stable. So I don't think we're going to run into any issues with that. So a few days ago, we finished a kit. We finished a little model kit. Where is she? Where's her picture? I don't know, it's in here somewhere. There it is. We finished up this little goober a few days ago. And when I was recording the review for the kit, the head accidentally sheared off the neck because the ABS plastic that was inside of the neck joint kind of fused together a little bit. So instead of the ball joint spinning, it took the tiny bit of plastic that holds it to the neck and just sheared it. So we're doing a little repair job. And I'll probably take the footage from this stream and edit it into the video, just to show the repair process. Again, really the only... I really had nothing bad to say about the kit up until the head sheared off, and it's a design flaw. It's definitely a design flaw. So anyone who gets this, I still recommend the kit. Just either file that ball joint down to hell, or don't move the head a lot. No head. Is it a design flaw or a spoiler? And again, I did get the little witch in. Much better construction. So, for the little witch, instead of this itty-bitty piece here holding the ball joint on, you get a T-shaped piece that plugs in these two holes, and then it's got a joint that extends up and through the neck that holds the ball joint on. So, like, it's its own independent thing, instead of relying on what appears to be a 1 millimeter thick piece of plastic to hold everything together. So, that's where we're at on that. I mean, either way, I guess we get to drilling. We get to drilling, chat. This is like... I was going to make a lobotomy joke, but this isn't really a lobotomy. This is something else entirely. It's going to be gentle, because I've never used this thing before. I also don't want to, like, fracture the plastic. Like, one way or another, we will get this fixed. It's just a matter of which method's going to be the method, you know? Spinal fusion surgery. Kinda, yeah. Kinda, yeah. Also trying to be very gentle with, like, the amount of pressure I put on this. So this might take a little bit, chat. This might take a little bit, but I feel like I've only got one solid shot to fix this the way I want to. It seems like I picked damn near correct, though, on the, drill size, so that's a plus. Hey, Sheeny. Are you grounded today? We're drilling into someone's neck today. Actually, to what Reprieve said... Okay, no, it is proper. We're attempting some model magic today. How about you sand each part first to make them even, to glue them? Yeah, I've got them all sanded already. The ball joints sand it down. I'll probably have to do a little bit of touch-up on the neck once we're done drilling it. Alright, chat. We pierced it. We pierced the veil. And I don't think we split the casing. Yeah, I did get the ball joint out of the head. That was That was a thing. That was an entire process. That was a hell of a process, but I was able to get it out. Just gonna drill this out a little bit more. To give the... Alright, the rod has clearance. Yeah, see, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have the rod be able to sit in on this. I would like to drill into this a bit, but I cannot, unfortunately. Because the arm joints directly connect to it, like nut to butt. So that will not be doable, but I think we can make this work. That's what I'm thinking, like rough up the outside of the rod a bit, because I do have some... I could probably use this grit to rough it up a bit. Or file it if I have to. I won't use the glass file on it, but I think that's something we could potentially do. And yeah, like God of Nobody was saying, you want to make sure you file everything down to be nice and flat before you do this. Sheeny, how's the tower? How's the wind? It's been windy as hell here. It's been windy as hell here. So, I'm going to go ahead and prepare this ball joint. I might still use a different ball joint. However, comma, I don't know yet. I need to file this ball joint down. I need it to be smaller than it is right now. Like, by a substantial margin, I need it to be smaller. Now, how am I going to do this? This is going to be difficult. Wait, think, Allie. Think. What can you do? You have tools. Use them. You have tools, Allie. Use them. It's going to be easier to spin the ball than the drill. You know, that's actually not a bad point. That's actually not a bad point. It is going to be easier to do that. This handy-dandy thing that I'm pulling out, courtesy of Einar's recommendation. Ow, flashbanged myself. So either this is going to work, or it's going to jettison out at the speed of light. And both of which sound hilarious. Okay, if I get it in there, it'll be fine. I'm sorry, Reprieve, those don't work on this model. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. For some reason, Tits does not have support for Warudo, which is what I'm using for tracking. Also, chat, I can finally do something I've always wanted to do. For so long. Aw, my magnifying glass was... There we go. There we go. I've been given power. Might not be the best option, but if you keep the runners, you can use thinner to goo them. That's one, you know, that's a... Yeah. Because I did go ahead and I kept all the flesh tones, Teo. I didn't think about gooing them, though. Use it to make a putty to fill the space where the rod will be. Wait to harden and then drill through, so you will have more surface for the rod. I have to get back to work. Have a good stream. Stay safe, Sheeny. Thank you for dropping in at many, many, many meters above the ground. Yeah, Teo, that's something I'm thinking about. Like, either that or, like, a little bit of super glue filling. Let me move this stuff up here so I'm not botching it. This blue thing, by the way, is kind of like a backup polycap idea for the joint if I need to. If this one doesn't work. Because I'm thinking, I guess once the head's on, there wouldn't necessarily be a scenario where I'm planning to pop it off again. I was thinking, like, if I tried to pull the head off, it would pull the ball joint with it. But once the head's on, hopefully it'll just stay on. Oh, this is going to be kind of hard to grip, chat. Yeah, I think Reprieve has the right of it. It's going to be a bit easier to, if I can just get the drill to bite it, we'll be in business. Okay, we have a bite. We have a bite. Alright, we're in, gamers. I'm probably going to drill substantially deep into the ball joint to give the rod more space. Oh, that's about damn near spot on, too. Hot damn. Alright, now I can add a little bit more pressure to start getting into this. And thankfully, the top of it spins! You know, I'm realizing on stream right now, what the camera is picking up of my hand movements looks hilarious. For multiple reasons. By the way, I've never done this before, but I've seen a lot of people do it, and I'm hoping my autism is strong enough to simply replicate that. That is the goal. You are tilting a little bit. I need to reorient you. I've seen the customizing Gundam kits with that method. The video was on some shield getting melted by beam and the putty was used. Yeah, I really want to try it, Theodore. I really do. It's like if you ever cut off a nub mark and there's like a little crater in the plastic, making the goop is also a fantastic way to like fill that up. And thus they drilled, and drilled, and drilled, and drilled. Okay, I still want to... Okay, now I can hold it by hand, I think. Now I think I can just hold it by hand. By the way, I think Einar may have posted these in the tools section, but these little magnetic alligator clips, they're so damn helpful. They are so damn helpful. That has been a life-changing acquisition. Ray Studio spoke. First time I've ever heard him speak English. Alright, well, for this, I don't think I need my magnifying glass. Famous last words. Got so much little plastic strudel lying around everywhere now. Hello, Melody. Hello. Hello. How are you? What you got going on, Mally? Mally, have you touched Arc Raiders at all? I've heard it was like I heard it's Tarkov, but like better in like every way. Chat, you should totally give Mally a follow when you have the opportunity. Currently doing some drilling. Playing it right now. Yeah, I've heard like very good things about it. Game is really good. First ES though. I've watched some like Tarkov and some games of that style. I've never actually played them before. We're currently doing neck surgery. Doing a little neck surgery. I'm glad you've been having fun with it. We need to drill further, deeper, harder, chat. Also, hello, you get to wave, because I can do that right now. That was a scuff wave, Allie. There's a better wave. Speaking of Tarkov, it's really funny that Tarkov has a higher player count than Black Ops 7. Oh yeah, no, Black Ops 7 is a disaster. Drill further, deeper, harder, rock and stone. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, chat, Mally's been playing a bunch of fun shooter games lately. Been digging in on some BF6. I realize this has gone in at a slight angle. But should still suffice. Thankfully, the ball joint is circular. Therefore, we can make it work. Okay. We have poked through the other side. We have poked through the other side. Now I'm just cleaning the debris out. Some reprieve. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on the internet. Okay. We now have a ball on a stick. Yeah, from what I gather, Black Ops 7 is just AI slop. That's the vibe that I've been getting. Apparently it was. Like, apparently it's confirmed that it was made by generative AI. Also, I'm a little upset at Arrowhead today. I'm a little upset at Arrowhead, specifically the CEO. Because CEO of Helldivers decided it would be a smart idea to make a statement saying, hey, can we find a middle ground with the usage of generative AI? It can be good sometimes. And everyone's like, no. There is no middle ground. That's not very democratic of you. It's not very democratic of you at all. I don't like what you're implying there, Helldivers CEO. I love Helldivers, but I will drop it like a sack of bricks. So here's my thought, chat. Super glue. A little bit of super glue on the rod. And then the rod goes into the neck joint. And then that cures, right? That way it holds this on a little bit better. I didn't necessarily intend to drill all the way through, but I got that pretty damn centered. I'm actually kind of proud of that. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shish kebab. Okay, so this is roughly what we're looking at right now. And this gives me, like, a good idea for what I need to cut off of the rod. I might be able to drill into this cylinder a tiny bit. Enough that this will, like, latch in. But not, I don't know. I don't want to, like, crack the cylinder. That would be a bit unfortunate. But, well, first things first. Let's see. Because obviously I would have to remove... I would have to cut this peg off, which I'm probably going to have to do. But if I can get this rod to, like, sit into the cylinder just a teeny bit, and then super glue it into the cylinder, that'll give it a little extra support so it's not wibble-wobbling around. I think that's what I'm just going to have to do. What if you drill into the pin on the other half of the torso instead? Hmm? Potentially. Potentially. That could be a potential thing. Actually. I'm thinking. This is definitely a modern problem, requires modern solutions moment. I do need to take a look at this on the back here. Where are my file? Where are my file? English, Allie. Yeah, that's another thing that I was thinking. If it does work, doesn't work and the pen breaks, you're going to be removing it anyway. Pretty much. I do need to file this down a little bit. Easier and cleaner. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at that. Because it is one of those things where, like, the first attempt is going to be the easiest. Well, not the easiest, but the first attempt's the highest chance for it to, like, turn out pretty good. So, taking our time and looking at all of our options is definitely a good idea. I'm just filing this down for right now, just to make it a little more flush. But yeah, I figure, like, I'll include this footage in the review, like, toward the end. I've already got, like, a little funny skit planned out for it. I have so many cabinets. Not enough cabinets, actually. Could use more. Please send more cabinets. Or cabinets plus, even if they're from IKEA, that's okay. getting that plastic reshape in a little bit. I'm not going to go too nutso on it because I don't want to damage the part that we've hollowed out. Because the part that we've hollowed out is very fragile, to say the least. It's going to be reinforced by the other half of the torso, thankfully, but it is very fragile nonetheless. I'm just making sure it's all flush. Because like God of Nobody was mentioning, you want to, when you're repairing stuff, you want to make it flush. I don't understand why people hate IKEA stuff so much. Actually, all the IKEA stuff that I've gotten has been really good. I just kind of meme on it. I don't think I've actually had any problems with any of my IKEA stuff. Okay. I need... Where are... You're the 1000 grit. You're the one that I need. So basically, any parts of the plastic that I've kind of flattened out, I'm rounding them out again with the sanding sponge since it's a little more gentle. And that's probably about as good as it's going to get. We don't have to, like, go super nutso on it. Just trying to make it so the head's going to sit, you know, flush, even. We're about there. We're about there. Okay. Yeah, that's about as flush as it's going to get. The royal flush. Okay. Let me go back and read here. How thick are the runners? If they are thick enough, you can just cut a big enough piece and super glue it and then drill through it. Yeah. So, like, these are what the runners are looking like. So we definitely have options. I kept all the flesh tones just in case I need it to do a lot of scratch building. And I'm glad that I did hold on to those. And this was a big chunk of the runner that I cut off and filed down, because I was going to recreate a new joint with it. Oh wait, this is hollow all the way through. I didn't realize that. Huh, neat. Okay. How much time we got before ads? They're coming up pretty soon, I think. Give it to me straight, Doc. Is she gonna make it? Yes. Hello, Ace. Welcome on in. Yes. I think the hardest thing is gonna be filing the ball joint itself down so it's a little bit looser. And that's mostly just because it's going to be hard to hold, I think. Well, not even necessarily hard to hold. More so doing it in a way... Like, I don't know if I'm going to get it even. That's my biggest concern. Is I don't know if I'm going to get it even. However, comma... That is where we take a brief look at our polycaps. That is where we take a brief look at our polycaps and see what we have to work with. There's something I need to find and cut out real quick, just to test something. I need a neck joint. I need me a neck joint. 69 days, 69 days, giggity. I mean, I don't know if it's a Nikkei, she might live that long without a head. When we started stream, I had exactly what I was looking for in my hand, and I don't know where I threw it to. But it was a runner that had... Ah, here it is. Here it is. See, chat, this is why I keep all of my polycaps, because you never know. Hey, Zexel, welcome on in, welcome on in. We are doing a little bit of surgery today. We're testing out some different theories here. Trying to get the head reattached. Oh, that's funny. That would actually work really well. That ball joint would actually work fantastic. And you wouldn't really see it up in there. Oh, that's actually kind of perfect. Hold up. That's got like just enough friction that it holds without being too stiff. Ooh, chat. Ooh, Chaticus. Chaticus Maximus. So, while doing a review for this, the head sheared off because the connection point was very weak. So currently we're in the process of like rebuilding a neck joint and hopefully making one that's even better as a result. Are these both the same sizes? I think this bottom one's a little bit bigger. So yeah, we got a hand drill, we got some brass rods. We're cooking right now, we're cooking. We're gonna see if we can make this work somehow. I'm seeing which one of these... So like, this is my idea for an alternative, right? So... This one has a much higher, like, stub to it, which is what I'm kind of leaning toward using. And she'll only really be able to look left and right, but that's fine. You know, it's funny, that's what I named the Twitch stream, no head. So no head. No head yet. Kind of leaning toward this top one, chat. It's got a lot of room to it. Alright. Let us... Let us play a game. Where the hell is this going to go flying to? Okay. Actually, I need to use the heavier duty. We're going to cut both of these off. Okay, that was a hella flush cut. I'm actually happy with how that turned out. Oh my goodness. We'll need a tiny bit of cleanup, though. Yeah, that's kind of what we're experimenting with today. Chat's been giving some really good suggestions. So I'm just kind of... You know, kind of planning. I need to get this to be a little bit more flush, though. We've once again come to the part of the show where it's really hard to hold something. I think that's really, like, the roughest thing for me is, you know what? We can play smarter, not harder. If we drill a hole in top of it now, I can put the rod in it, and that'll help me hold it to file down the bottom. Modern problems require modern solutions. Also, I do think these are roughly the same size. She has to live. She has a whole life of adventure ahead of her. Exactly. You get it. I don't know. No, I don't want to drill through the top, though. That's a bit of a problem. It's polycap material, so it's going to be a pain in the ass. You know what, though? We're learning as we're going. All of this will come in handy down the road when I inevitably break something else. Because let's be real, it's how the hobby goes. Something's going to break eventually. It's all a matter of what you do when it happens. There we go. Leave it to the single-bladed nippers to come in and make the cleanest cut I have ever seen in my life. That is, in fact, a very clean cut. Now, is it an even cut, though? That is the question. That is indeed the question. Drop the part and get dirt on it. Oh, no. Chat, the ads are about to run. The ads are about to run, so let me snip this little part real quick. And this is basically like me making a plan B right now before we examine the actual ball joint, because I don't know, man. The actual ball joint's going to be a problem just working with in general, so maybe plan B becomes plan A. Oh no, dropped it. Zexel, thank you for the follow on the purple team. Is this flat, Allie? You know, the problem with losing a lot of the feeling in your fingertips is it does make it hard to hold on to these kind of things. It does make it a little difficult, because I don't know how much pressure I'm actually putting on something. Sorry, I'm having to hold this a very weird way. Oh. Alright, well, I'm going to hold off on that for just a moment. And we're going to go take that ab break because I need to get up and stretch, and I'm probably going to put the desk into the standing position. So sit tight, chat. We will be right back. All right, chat. Thank you for your patience. Had to do a couple things. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. My hair is all in my face. It's all in my face. Oh, it actually tracks surprisingly well. Yeah, so I had some thoughts, and one of them does involve taking a bit of the runner and making a securing plate inside the torso. Just a tiny little securing plate that we can drill into. And then we'll cement that in. Or friction might be able to hold it in, but we'll see. Let me get my earbuds back in here. There we go. Magnifying glass. Put you up here for now. Welcome on back, gamers. I washed my hair before stream, so it's really light and fluffy. The downside to that is it is getting everywhere. Okay, so I want to investigate something. Let me cap these real quick, because I'm going to mess them up if not. But yeah, I think making a securing plate with part of the runner is going to be a play. I think we do. I think Reprieve mentioned it. But I think we do get a bigger drill bit and we drill this entire section out and get rid of it. Also, stream buffer, don't do that. Yeah, I think we drill this out to get rid of it. And then we input a securing, part in there. That's not what you were saying. Just noticed, did you turn RTX on your model? Yeah, this is the 3D model. I haven't pulled this one out in a while. I wanted to use it again soon. When our model parent for this one, Unagi, opens up commissions, I'm going to be putting in an order for a new outfit and a hairstyle for this one. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. I understand now. You know, that might be possible. It might hold on. It might be doable. We can find out. Let's squish this back together. Let's fuck around and find out, chat. Because, at the end of the day, if we're going to be sealing this back up anyway with potentially plastic cement, if the pegs get a little damaged, that's whatever. But yeah. I found a tracking program on my phone that links up with my other one, so, it lets me have, pseudo arm movement, and since I don't have any 3D trackers, that's probably the best we're gonna get for now. Yeah, Reprieve, I see what you're saying now. I do see what you're saying now. I see what you're putting down. I do, in fact, see what you are putting down. Let me look through my polycaps and see if I can find something that's a little bit better. Because again, at the end of the day, we can try to file down this fleshy one, which I can probably try to do, right? Just go around the sides of it. Hey, Wisnu, welcome on in. Got my hands on the original high-grade Sananju. Finished building it. Put it next to my bootleg Stein to see how much the Neo Zeong modified that prototype. Oh, it got modified a lot. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the build. Hope it was enjoyable for you. Currently doing some filing on a ball joint. I'm gonna try to salvage this one if we can. Oh, I did do that at a slight angle. That's okay. That's fine. As long as it holds in place and it's round, that's all we need. That's where I'm bringing out the meaty file for this. Also, I'm standing up, so it's making it a little trickier to do this. I might have to sit back down soon, but I wanted to stretch my legs a little bit. For those just joining us, welcome to Neck Surgery Simulator. Now, thankfully, as we're doing this, the ball joint is actually spinning a little bit. Woo! Almost dropped it. Thank you for the headbangs, Mally. I need all the energy I can get to make this work. You're gonna file your balls, do it on stream. Huh. I wish I had some kind of flesh tone paint. I wish I had multiple different flesh tones of paint. I really don't think the original ball joint is going to work. I really don't think this is going to work, so I might just immediately go to plan polycap. Hey, Spidey, welcome on in. Yo, you got the Wing Zero? The real grade? Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy it. I've heard nothing but good. Heard nothing but good things. We're doing surgery. We're doing a little bit of surgery today. I'm looking for different polycap colors here. I just dropped some polycaps. I don't know where they went. Yo, Spidey, I got into, like, my first battle operation match in, like, forever a couple days ago on the PC version. I was shocked that I actually got into a game. I was shooketh. This almost would work. That would almost work if it was just a little girthier, chat. By the way, once again, Polycap Graveyard. I highly recommend making one. Exactly for moments such as this. Exactly for moments such as this. Yeah, Reprieve. I think we're definitely going to do that, by the way. We're going to drill through that peg. PC matchmaking can be rough. Yeah, I kind of played a little bit in the later afternoon, and I started getting queues. Gives me a little bit of hope that maybe I can try to start recording videos for that again. A little bit of hope. I would love to... Wait a minute. With this? Would this potentially work? Would this potentially work? Would these fit on one another? No, they would not fit on one another. Damn. Okay. Yeah, chat. So, Spidey, we had a neck joint, like, shear off on something, so that's what we're doing right now is, we're crafting a new and potentially better neck joint. I don't want to, like, cannibalize too many of these. But I did cut this one slightly incorrectly. bit of a different kind of stream today. Also, I've disorganized this box to Kingdom Come. That's okay, though. That's okay. Well, let's put stuff away for now. I don't want this to become too much of a disaster zone. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah. So, the cool thing is, her neck has like a little piece of armor that rests on it. So, even if we're using a different color than the flesh tones, it's not going to matter all too much. It's not going to matter all too terribly much. I'm just trying to find a better candidate. Because I should have used the single-bladed nippers out the gate. I think we're going to grab this guy and mulch him. I'm going to put these away. I wanted to make sure I had more neck joints for like high grades and stuff in the future. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. It's better now. I do need to sit down, though. The joys of 3D chat is you get to see some really wacky stuff happen. Also, welcome on in to everybody joining. Welcome on in. Yes, I am possessed. Luckily, the left arm's ball joint as well, so I just glued it back together, sanded down the ball. Yeah, always got to give it a nice little sand down. We're just going to very quickly do the thing that Reprieve mentioned. Kind of going through. Also, Chibi, welcome on in. If your balls are too big, a nice rub can make them smaller. Exactly. Exactly. We're gonna need to do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna have to sandblast this with the light on the magnifying glass. Let me change the color of that at least. Okay. I'm glad you were able to get it fixed. If you believe in multiverse theory, there's a universe out there where Soldier Boy console is up there with the leading manufacturers. Honestly, at this point, I would take it. I would take it. I think the hardest part's just going to be getting the plastic debris out of this. Well, no, not really. If I do the drill in a reverse motion, it'll pull it out. Excellent. Y'all remember the KF console? Yeah, Spidey, let me know how that build goes, though, for the Wing Zero. I don't have it yet, but I might pick it up for Christmas or New Year's for myself. We'll see. I really need to save some money right now. All right. We have made it through the peg. We have made it through the peg, and the peg is still holding on. call, Reprieve. Now, it really is just a matter of how do I, get this stuff out. Let me try the smaller rod. It definitely does help with stability. That helps a lot with stability. Holy. Yeah, that's the way. That is the way. Mochi, welcome on in. My desk feels so much darker without that. Yeah, that's a much more solid hold, Reprieve. So ideally, I'm going to put like the world's tiniest drop of super glue in there, potentially. We'll see. I might not even need to. How you doing, Mochi? We're doing model kit surgery. I just need to get this back down into the egg hole. Okay, I can actually see it inside the torso. Good. Good stuff. Okay. So what this means... Allie, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. But it means something. I am a genius! Yeah, because through some miracle... the plugged-in peg did not shatter. Which means the upper torso is still plugged in properly. We're not going to cut the rod yet. The next step is to get the ball joint prepped. Because, yeah, I'm giving up on the flesh tone ball joint. I see nothing but sadness and misfortune in our wake if I try that. Sticker numbering is in Japanese, hard to find which one is which. I stopped building the Master Grade Arc 78 for now, since I want something simpler. Hey, that's fair. Sometimes you gotta take a break. Snapfit was amazing, as expected. Original product. My problem was the stickers, not because it's a lot. Oh, yeah, no, I got you, Wisnu. Yeah. That is totally fair. So... what I'm thinking is I drill a hole completely through the ball joint. And then I slide it down, which will tell me the appropriate amount of rod that I need to cut off. Where's my super glue? I don't want to mess up this new mat, so any super gluing we do, it's going to take place on this. I need to test the viscosity of this real quick. Since I haven't used it in a little bit. Okay, that'll be kind of perfect. That'll be kind of perfect. So I'll put a tiny little drop of super glue into the neck joint when we are ready to get this, like, done, finally. I will say this, we probably won't attach the head again today, because I do want it to cure. I do want it to cure. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ever want to join the Discord, it is !Discord in chat. Bing, 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 finger guns. Okay. So our next step is to come back and cut up another one of these, because I did mess up the other ones. Well, not mess up, but not where I want them to be. So that's why bringing in single-bladed nippers again. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I used dual-bladed nippers the last time, and that caused an issue. Oh, that is... Okay, that is an actual clean cutoff if I've ever seen one. That's even better than the first one that I did. All right. Cosmic, thank you for the lurky lurk. So I'm also going to put... So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. For attaching the joint to the neck... So it's going to be like a 3-part process. Tiny bit of super glue in the neck hole. And we're going to make sure that goes in and down so there's no like bad chemical reactions. Then we will plastic cement the ball joint to the neck stub and let that sit for a minute. Actually, no, I don't know. Allie's thinking. Allie's thinking hard. Because the last step in my process doesn't work. The last step in my process does not work. And I don't want to play around with too many chemicals, because I don't want to mix super glue and plastic cement. That's just not something I want to do. So maybe plastic cement doesn't apply here? Plus, like, it's ABS... being cemented to a polycap, which is a different style of plastic, so I don't know if that's something I want to try to bond together. I don't know if that's something that will bond together, you know? Maybe a game that we don't want to play, you know? So we'll see. But super glue is definitely going to be helpful. So here's what we do from here. Okay. Yeah, I have such a bad track record with plastic cement. It is not a good track record. I'm very hesitant to use. I keep it on hand in case I ever need it. But it's such like... Not only... It's... Polycaps won't bond. Okay, that's a thing. So super glue it is. Super glue it is. Yeah, plastic cement just spooks me, I'm not gonna lie. Allie just has not had a lot of luck with it, unfortunately. Yeah, plus plastic cement will just melt. It will just melt stuff, because it literally welds the plastic together at a chemical level. So it's very, very scary. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. It is time to drill. It is time to drill. Oh, wait, has it been a month already? Has it been a month already? Come on, welcome on in. Thank you for the subby. 6 months. We're on a 5-month streak-a-rooney. Hey, thank you. Pull this one back out again. Get your complimentary wave. We're doing science. We're doing science, Amon. Doing a wee little bit of science. Okay, now I can hold on to this. Thank you for the subby. All that goes toward the December payout, which will be very, very helpful. Enjoy your neck surgery. Enjoy your neck surgery. That's what we're kind of doing right now. Gotta get up in there. Now that we ain't a Nokia brick video quality, I see the model. Science. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that many muchly. Okay, that's on there pretty solid. Now I can do the thing. Now I can do the thing that I need to do. Perfect. You got some stuff to share. Let's go. Oh, I'm so happy about how that went. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. That is a dopamine hit. That is you just bought a model kit kind of good feeling. My boyfriend had a bit of the big cry because I may or may not have bridged the food bill. Ayo. Ayo. Wait, Lidl's building an AI data center? Huh. That wasn't on my bucket list. I've been to a Lidl once. I never bought anything, but I did go in there to look around. That's like the bougie grocery store, right? Schwartz Group started building today. Okay. A little bit off-centered, but hopefully not bad enough. Oh, Lidl is bottom tier? Gotcha. They get considered bougie over here, which, don't get me wrong, the bar's not very high. The bar isn't, like, super high here. Oh, actually, that being off-center works out in Allie's favor with how the neck is. Ooh. Oh, that works, kind of. Okay. Just have to orient it properly. Okay, okay. AI will become profitable and won't collapse the economy. Right, guys? Right? But, I mean, we also have other grocery stores. I think it's like Aldi's, like the other one that we've got. Of course, there's Wegmans, but, like, eh. Need to drill this hole slightly differently. It's thankful. Yeah. Ball joint, come back. You're not allowed to run away. No one escapes. No one. Yeah, the super glue will be able to keep this in check, thankfully. Okay. So now I can do my test fit. Simply due to the shape of the neck, like this isn't going to be perfect because the neck is very rounded. So, what that leads Allie to do next is something very scary. But necessary. Necessary, one might say. We've got to get this file down flush. Like, completely flush. And that scares me a little bit. They will use it for companies' data, other companies' service, predictive data analysis. Goes, wow. Okay, so they're actually going to use the byproduct to, like, help. I mean, that's better than what we're doing over here, that's for sure. Over here, it's just like, lol, energy go bye-bye. Reprieve, I'm a little bit pissy today. I'm a little bit pissy at Helldiver's CEO today. That's the way. Is this flush? It's almost flush. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that, Amon. I know you're pretty in the know for that kind of stuff, though. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there, chat. This is a process, but this is definitely a measure 10 times, cut once. Having a silly fit because it's like... So... The CEO of Arrowhead came out and said something that's currently getting him burned at the stake. He came out and made a statement like, Surely we're being too excessive. Surely we can find a middle ground for generative AI. And the resounding community response was, that's not very democratic of you. That's not very democratic of you, Helldiver's CEO. I don't like what you're implying, buddy. For him, it was, like, specifically, like, game development, I guess. Okay, so that will fit. Oh, that'll fit very good. Oh my goodness, chat. The dream is alive. The dream is actually alive, and I don't know how to feel about it. Okay. I have to make sure I orient the ball joint correctly. What did you learn? Where did you learn, Amon? That? Like, there is a middle ground, but Arrowhead specifically has a problem with it getting told one thing and hearing another. So for them, there's no middle ground. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried. The Windows 11 update breaking. Yeah, because, like, let's be real, Helldivers is already, like, shaky as it is. And then you want to add AI into the mix? I'm scared. I'm scared. Alright, here's the part of the show where Allie cuts a brass rod. Here's the part of the show where Allie cuts some brass. The brass is much harder than I thought it was going to be. But these are like wire cutters, so... Hey, that worked! Yippee! Yippee! Like, a lot of us who play Helldivers, we love the game. We also acknowledge the game has pain. And just throwing AI into it isn't going to be good. That's not going to help anyone. That's not going to help Arrowhead. The AI might actually do a better job with it. Okay, I fully admit, I do like the jokes. I do like the joke that an AI could probably run Twitch better than Dan Clancy. Oh, chat. Like, it's not 100% perfect, but it's as close to perfect as I'm going to get it. We just need to seal the deal, which is scaring me. The sealing the deal part is scaring me. I'm spicy-minded. Yeah, Amon, we were talking about, like, the disaster that is Black Ops a little bit earlier. And how much of a mess that is. Like, I love Helldivers, but if they heck around and find out, I will walk away. Yeah, Subnautica. Crafton's, like, destroying Subnautica. Crafton also got its hands on Terra, too, which is kind of, sad. Because that means Terra 2 is going to be a wasteland. Okay, so I need to make sure that this seam line right here is centered when we do the gluing. So, Crafton. I think it came out, at least somewhere, that... Well, yeah. So Black Ops 7 is using AI-generated assets. And in one particular case, they just straight up use the AI Studio Ghibli filter for some, like, artwork in the game. Yeah, so Crafton owns PUBG. They have Subnautica. And they have, now, Terra 2. Krafton announced a week or two ago that they are going full AI, that the future of their gaming company is a full AI platform. So that, rip. They're doing what, like, the NFT bros were doing a while back. Like, this is our future, NFTs all the way. And then the bubble popped. So, that's a thing. I built the real grade Sazabi, the built inner frame only, and every time I have to twist the plastic parts, it's always giving me the horror that reminds me of when I broke my Burkoff finger, but so far so good, I'm safe. Yeah, the what was it? The Sazabi, it's pretty stable. The Inglorious Bastards. Oh gosh, I remember that. But yeah. Didn't mean to cascade us into an AI conversation, but kind of just happened. I mean, I guess it's just hard to avoid these days, right? It's just hard to avoid. And Allie is procrastinating. Allie is procrastinating right now. Because Allie's just a little bit scared. Hoping and seething. And expect what you're feeling. Unless you assemble the lower waist backwards. Oh no, Spidey. Oh no. Yo, this is actually very stable, though. Okay, well. Can't keep putting it off forever, right, gang? Again, this will be a multi-stage process. We need the tiniest little guy. Like the absolute tiniest drop of super glue. The absolute most baby drop of super glue. Okay, it's getting there. Okay, that's about as good as I'm gonna get that personally. You know what? I did not rough up the rod. Let me do that real quick. Okay. I see what you did there. Okay. We've got the rod messed up a little bit. So now we send it in. Of course, now it wants to fight me. There we go. It's in. It's in, chat. Be proud of me. I will not stop taking these freebies. Okay, that's actually holding. That tiny bit of super glue's holding. So now we don't fuck with it. That is the next step. We do not fuck with it. Well, the actual next step is getting this polycap glued on now. Alright, so chat, suggestions here. Suggestions. Do I put the glue inside of the polycap and then slide it onto the brass rod? Or do I put a little bit of super glue at the base of the neck and then put it on? Or a little bit of both, like a little bit in the polycap and a little bit at the base of the neck. Like, how are we doing this? How are we doing this? Because I don't want it to, like, squelch everywhere, but that's something I can clean up after the fact, since it's super glue and not cement, thank goodness. Into the cap so it doesn't dry it. Yeah, I'm thinking into the cap. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Because I can easily fashion another cap. It would be a little bit rougher to try to make some other stuff work. Links might work. Links might work in chat. I'm not actually sure. It's been a while. I know mods can post links. Let's find out. Hey, it does work. Okay. It does work. I feel like I know exactly what you clipped. And I've got to turn that into a short later. The narrative Gundam with the B pack and the A pack is looking good. Ooh. I do like the idea of them mixed. A little bit more glue than I wanted, but we're doing it live. Wow, that dried quick. Like, the ball joint's not, like, perfectly centered. And that's okay. That's okay. It's good enough, and it's better than no head. We'll let that dry. Well, no, we're not going to let that dry, because I have to fiddle with it. I have to do the thing Bob Ross tells me not to do, chat. I have to fiddle with it. Hold on, I might have to do a secondary application real quick. Okay. Oh, we did accidentally pull it out of the boaty. Yeah. No, your call was good, because now I can, like, readjust stuff. That's one thing I love about super glue versus frickin' plastic cement. Plastic cement is very, very permanent. Okay. I'm just having to fight it a little bit, chat. That's why I'm having to move it as much as I would not like to. Alright, this is where I leave it alone. This is where I leave it alone a little bit. Because the glue has now come out the top, which... Oh my gosh, the innuendo on this stream. So if I leave it alone now, we should be okay. Alright, let's put that down. Let's cap off our glue. At some point, I might need to pop this ball joint off again, just to put an additional thing of glue in it. But for right now, we're not going to worry about that. As someone who has just started experimenting with plastic cement, it has some really useful applications, but glue is always the best. Oh yeah, yeah, like some strong plastic cement, you can melt down runners. We were kind of talking about that earlier, and you can make like a putty, a kind of a goop. To like fill up holes or stuff like that. Once again, phrasing. The more glue, the better. Chat, that feels sturdy. I mean, obviously it's not done curing yet, but holy crap. I think we did it, gamers. We aren't going to try any fitting right now, just to be safe. But you know what? It's about time for an ad break, so we can go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back, and I'm going to have to cut, like, all of this out of the stream and put it into the video. But, Amon, I like messing with it. It's okay. Hands are up. Hands are off of it. Let me move some stuff. Yeah, because what today was supposed to be, real quick before I hop up, today we were supposed to start the gun cannon light type. That obviously did not happen. Alright, chat. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. We're gonna go take an ad break, and we will be right back. Hey, chat. Hey, chatterinos. For those of you in the Discord, if you check our Plamo news section, Bandai just announced a bunch of... Oh my gosh. Bandai announced a bunch of new 30-minute sister stuff, including Asuka from Evangelion, some new Idolmaster stuff. Most importantly for me, though, at the very bottom of the list, they introduced a new 30-minute sister who's got like a pastel pink-purple thing going on, and she has a chainsaw. I need her. She comes out next June, so I've got time. But, I need that one. I will be pre-ordering that one, like, instantly when I get the opportunity to. Oh, they're so cute. The Asuka looks really good, too. Hyde might be happy about that one, potentially. Oh, she comes with the spear! She comes with the spear. Yeah, those look really good. What's this? Oh, another kit from Bocchi the Rock, too. And some new option parts. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, nah, I need to get that. Yeah, yeah. It does come with the full spear. You know, I don't know a lot about Idolmaster, but this Idolmaster kit looks really cute. About 5,000 yen, though. The one that I want's only 3,300 yen. At least one of them is just a straight-up re-release of the high-grade build booster for the Intrigade. Yeah, the Bocchi the Rock stuff's been really cool. Like, seeing them get kits. Not stuff that I would expect to see get a model kit, but... I'm very happy for it. Very happy for it. Let me put this drill bit up so I don't break it. Is there a way... Well, that's a problem. There we go. The drill bit went straight into... No. No. Even if Momo was my Gunpla dealer, I couldn't do it right now anyway. Because, even if Momo were to send me a gift right now, I would still have to pay tariff costs for it, and that would range between, like, 80 to 200 USD. Which sucks. Because Momo has some stuff that they've wanted to send over, but we just haven't been able to do it because of the tariffs right now. Because even if it's a gift, you get fisted. I just dropped my stuff. Oh, chat, hold on. We got some of these. We got the plastic baggies for parts. I'm very happy about that. By the way, chat, as soon as I untwist my spine... Oh, there we go. Nice stretch. Nice stretch. We are, in fact, affiliated with HobbyLink Japan. So if you ever would like to purchase anything from HobbyLink Japan, on our YouTube, if you go to our links on the main page, you can find our affiliate link. And on the Twitch side, if you do !HLJ, that will drop our affiliate link. And basically any purchases made through those will help me out, if you ever so choose to buy from them. Also, we have the links on our About Me section on Twitch. That'll, take up the affiliate links. But yes, we are a HobbyLink Japan affiliate. I just realized that the shields on the B-Pack look similar to the Jagans. I think those shields, I think they are Jagan shields, just cut down. I know the beam rifle. Was a modified Jagan one. Allie, would you ever consider playing Ark? Nah, not Ark, personally. I know a lot of people who do play Ark, but definitely, like, not my kind of game. If we're talking about, like, the dinosaur Ark. If we're talking about the dinosaur Ark. If we're talking Ark Raiders, I might consider it, because I like the idea of a better Tarkov. Listen, I know people who spell them both ways. But yeah, if it's Ark Raiders, I would consider it. Like, it looks solid. It does look solid. Because I will not touch Tarkov. I might touch that. I might take a look at that. Is it one of those things, like, do you have to buy it, or is it, like, free to, you know, is it, like, free to download? Like, is it one of the microtransaction-y games? I don't have a problem with those, by the way, but usually, if they are microtransactions, they're free up front. I have to clean this desk off, chat. That's gonna be what I have to do tonight. Then tomorrow, we can start the gun cannon. Ideally. Yo, Spidey, I've never watched Ultraman. I've seen some clips. Big difference, Arc Raiders is fun, solo queues tend to be friendly and chill. If you open your mouth, full team is sweat. Don't they have, like, a really good, like, PvE mode, too? Have you played Dispatch? No, I haven't. I've been hearing it's been doing very well, though. Also, why am I tilted? Why am I tilted? Tark is paid and has MTX. Yeah, like, I don't mind microtransactions, because, I mean, you know, I've bought stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, I've bought WoW. No PvE mode? Gotcha. Hey, Walla Walla, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We just got finished doing a bit of a repair job, and it actually worked out. Well, we'll find out if it completely worked out once everything's done in curing, but I can at least touch this part without messing it up. But we had a neck joint on this shear, so we installed a brass rod in the neck and the upper torso, and we ran it through a polycap, and then hit it with some super glue. So right now this is curing, and when it's done curing, I've got to file the little bit of excess glue at the top off. But then we can get her put back together and get the head back on. So that's been our joy today. But yeah, chat. Pin vise, drill vise, brass or copper rods. I prefer brass. Lifesavers, because if the peg ever breaks off, you can just drill it out, get it back together. Peg gives it extra stability. If you want to see me in action, check out Formerly Stream's VOD of last stream. I showed him the ropes. Ooh, was that his first? Okay, his first time jumping in. How many different weapons are in that one, Amon? How many different weapons? I'm done with my God Gundam now. Ooh, let's go. Glad you were having fun with the God Gundam. I'm just gonna sway. I forgot, like, I can puff it this model pretty good. It's actually got some pretty good, like, movement to it. Can I go back and forth with it? I don't think so. It does have a lean feature. I don't think I have it turned on right now. If you want, just holler at me and I will raid with you. Yeah, I might check that out. I know I definitely, before I get into that, I've got to hit hide up on Valheim. I got to check that out, and then I can see about popping into Arc Raiders. Because, you know, I'm going to keep my eye out. I'm going to keep my eye out on some games, especially if Helldivers does a stupid. Especially if Helldivers drops the ball. 5 rarity levels, 20-something guns. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I'm sure they'll add more, too. How big's the map? Or maps? Yes is an appropriate answer as well. That is a very valid answer. My PGU and Camphor was pretty happy considering it was my first competition. Let's go! Some are huge, some are less huge. Okay, I like that there's variety, though. I'm always a fan of variety, you know? Definitely do appreciate that. You know what? Just to have something else on the screen, here. I have what's currently put together of her until we get it fixed. Until we get it fixed. So, what is the arc? Does this function like a battle royale where the map closes in on you? Or... nah. And in all ways, it is your balls being bigger than your aim being good. Oh no. I found a perfect grade Sharzaku in the vendor's room, $100. I couldn't open my wallet fast enough. Oh my goodness. Yo, wait. Wait, that's huge, Walla Walla. That's damn huge to get for $100. Arc are AI enemies that are bots. Some are mechs, some are drones. Ooh, it's got mecha in it. Ooh. I will happily blast some clankers. You don't have to tell me twice on that. Absolutely not. We just go, pow. I don't even know if that's going to work on my tracking. It kind of worked. It sort of worked. It tried. An attempt was made. But yeah, I guess I can talk with my hands now. The clankers. You know what's funny, chat? Back when I started off on YouTube and streaming, I was facecam. One of the reasons I did switch to VTuber was, and it wasn't necessarily that it bothered me, I just got tired of people talking about it. There were like a handful of viewers who specifically got on to me about like, you move your hands too much when you talk. So funny thing, Reprieve, I am Italian. I am Italian, so I guess that's par for the course. I guess that's par for the course. But yeah, like, I talk with my hands a lot. You just don't really see it often. And especially on these streams, my hands are kind of lower because I'm working on stuff. But yeah, people threw such a hissy fit that, like, I had hand movement while I was talking. It was wild. And I was like, y'all don't have to watch. I could tell your hands are soft European type fuzzy. Yeah, that's the wild thing. That came from my mom's side, too. That came from my mom's side. They're going to be significantly less fuzzy in the near future. But yeah, no, that's where I get, like, my Sasquatch hair from. I'm going to be trying to do away with it soon. I gotta get some, like, lotion and skincare. My poor hands, they're just beaten up from work. Like, work has absolutely destroyed them. Nearly no bottle hair due to evolutionary pressure. Genetics are fascinating. Like, it's, like, genuinely fascinating. I do wish I had the virtually no body hair part, but that'll happen soon enough. That'll happen soon enough. Mamma mia. But yeah, I know, like, my primary, like, blood ancestry is Italian. I don't really know where else it goes. I've been meaning to, like, do one of those ancestry things or find one that's not a scam. Because I'm very curious. Like, I'm very curious to know what my ancestry is. Because I've heard so many different things. I've heard so many different things. The only thing that I know for a fact is the Italian part. Because a few generations up were Italian immigrants. But I'm very curious about the rest. Steam key here. for ARC worldwide key 25% off. Oh shit. €30, not 40. If it goes on sale, I might pick it up. Right now, I'm in a position where I cannot spend any money for a little while. I probably won't be looking at spending, like, money until sometime next year. Ancestry is generic Northern European Norse. Being Norse is cool. Hold on, let me check Discord real quick. There we go. Posted it in the server. Okay, thank you. I'll have to watch some more gameplay of it, because I've heard a lot of positive things about it. Heard a lot of fairly positive things about it. And I do like my shooty games, it's just, I don't play a whole lot of them. I am controller bound, though, because of my wrist, but I can make that work. I can make that work. See what's going on over in the social media. I actually remembered to post about the stream today. I actually remembered. You wish we can hop into VC later and I can stream it for you? Yeah, if I can get free this afternoon, I'll let you know. Because that would... having someone explain it would probably make more sense than just watching it. So if I can get freed up, I'll let you know. Nope, part separator. Come back. It's falling. My part separator is falling into the nether chat. Oh, by the way, where is it? I have some glue that I have no idea what I'm going to use for. So I bought this by accident. It's the same brand as this stuff here. It's a more watery consistency. So I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, because if I try to use this for anything, like it's like the consistency of water. It's going to get everywhere. So I don't know if I'm ever going to use this for anything. Oh, is this the super strong stuff? Yeah, it's the super thin 1 to 3 second glue. I've never opened it, but I've been afraid of it getting everywhere. Do you have experience with this stuff, Spidey? Because I don't really know where it's best to be used. But I do have it. I've had it for like half a year now. Still good, still fresh. Haven't opened it, so... guess I'm just timid, afraid. Afraid to make an oopsie-poopsie with it. Yo, wait, it can work for metal? Oh, okay. Yo, that could be useful for, like, the brass rods. Ooh, okay, I'll hold on to it, then. I will definitely hold on to it if that's the case. Oh, no! I also have this, and I do not use this for model kits. I just keep some Gorilla Glue around. For just random stuff. Actually, I think this stuff might be bad now. It looks like it's solidified in there. But I don't use the Gorilla Glue for modeling at all. It's just kind of there for other bits and bobs. Like, I've had to glue a bowl back together with it. Just a display bowl. Hey, Winchester, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We did a thing. We fixed a thing. Your streak is saved. Yeah, we've been kind of chatting, kind of yapping. Because we got this fixed. So this is the upper torso part of the little warrior girl that we built. Let me dial down the lighting a little bit. Her neck joint sheared off a few days ago. So inside the torso here, we drilled down with our little hand drill. And we've got a brass rod from the neck to about mid-sternum. And then we took a polycap and drilled a hole in it and threaded it onto the rod. So once this is cured and I do a little bit of cleanup on it, we should be able to put the head back on. And even though it's a different color, that won't be too much of an issue because it'll be tucked up in there where you can't see it. But yeah, we made it work. We made it work. This is the original joint. And basically what happened was hold on, let me, there we go. Come on. What ended up happening was the ABS plastic kind of bonded to itself, because that's something ABS can do. Is it can bond together, which causes a bit of an issue. And that's what happened for the head. So when I turned it left, it just sheared the whole thing off. But picked up a drill, picked up some brass rods, and the installation process has gone well. So we'll see how well it goes in practice. Also, hello, I can do this now. So we will see how that goes. I do need to do a narrative unboxing, God of Nobody. Today I'm going to be recording the unboxing for the light type gun cannon that Einar sent over. That's going to be the next kit that we work on. Potentially tomorrow we're going to start on it. That was going to be today's plan. I've got 3 videos that I need to work on this week, chat. I've got 3 videos. I've got to finish the review for this kit, which, again, the only negative is the weak neck joint. And I'll incorporate the repair footage in there and just speed it up a lot. Thankfully, before she broke, I got like 90% of the footage and stuff that I needed. So all I need to do is record the audio for that, and then do a little bit of dubbing over the repair portion of it. And that'll be a video done. I've got to record the Double X video. I guess I don't have to rush that one this week, though. I really don't have to. And then I've got to do the unboxing video. So a couple videos planned this week. A couple videos planned. The key offer I posted is from a trusted site. And from what I can tell, the cheapest, really. When I saw a buck cheaper. But I don't know about that key. Yeah, no, that's fair. I know that's fair. I know you got to be pretty careful with certain sources when you're getting that stuff. Because I've heard stories. I've heard stories, like, of just bad things, so... If it's a trustable source, that's fine. That's more than fine. Also, I can make my ponytail swoosh. I can make it swoosh. Yeah. We might interchange between 2D and 3D a little bit more, because, again, I've got a commission request lined up for Unagi, who did this model, for when they are opened up again. And I've got a very, very cute little project planned for, like, an outfit hair. I'll have to ask Unagi if I'm able to still, like, use this hair with the additional outfit or not. If not, that's totally cool. The hair I've got is going to be cute AF. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Also, I see that hydrate. Let me do that. We're just going to, you know, we're just going to yap. We're just going to yap for the rest of the stream, honestly. We'll hit the 3-hour mark and we'll call it a day today. Yeah, Winchester, I've been hearing from, like, a lot of friends that, like, stream streaks have been really weird for them. Hello, Hyde. Hyde, did you see the new 30-Minute Sisters Asuka that just got announced? Looks really good. Pasta check. What we got for pasta? Hyde, you already know I'm going to buy the Chainsaw Girl immediately when I get the opportunity. It was at this moment that I knew. Also, hello anyone joining today. I'm so happy that I've got hand movement. Hide. 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 Look at me. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes, Hide. You got something on your face. Oh, goodness. But yeah, no, I Chainsaw Girl doesn't come out until June. I guess this model does smile a little bit more. Wait, can I move my jaw? Okay, I can move my mouth and jaw a little bit. This is the best tracking this model's ever had because of where I've got my phone now. Yeah, I thought you had triggered it at first. Yeah, model has teeth. It has teeth. And it has a tongue, too. Blep. But yeah, this was the first iteration of our design before we got the 2D model going. But I like them both. I like them both. I can do VR chat stuff with this one if we ever will, like... Well, that's kind of some plans I've got for, like, the ASMR channel. And now that I've got the tracking working here, I could potentially do that. I don't have any, like, actual mocap, though. That stuff's expensive, chat. Ain't nobody got that kind of money. Pasta check, take 2. I found a small 1 kilogram beef roast at the supermarket the other day. It now sits in my stomach. Ooh, how did you do it up? What did you do it with? What'd you do it with? I was looking around for a pre-stream snack, and I didn't know what I was going to get, and then I was, like, digging around in the freezer, and then I found a, just a burrito bowl, and I'm like, yoink! You're coming home with me! So I had myself... It wasn't a breakfast burrito bowl, but I had it for breakfast. I tell you what. That's probably why I'm feeling, like, pretty good right now. Feeling pretty good. Because I got the food in me. Go figure, Allie. Self-care. Self-care before stream goes a long way. Funny how that works. Shut up, brain. I don't like your logic. Wait, Amon, have you dropped your stew recipe? If you have, I'll pin it in the food chat. I know Winchester's dropped some recipes at certain times. Also, yeah, I can kind of rotate my body a little bit. The shoulders don't really like me as much, but that's just because it's like camera motion tracking versus like actual proper motion tracking. One moment. Yeah. I'll happily take things like that. Also, I have a ping in Discord. What is this? Who is this? Lamo News. Bet. The only thing that bothers me about the Chainsaw Girl is apparently the eye patch is a sticker, so I probably won't be using it. I'll just probably be using the normal eyes. It depends on how many faces she comes with, but I mean, she's pastel pink and purple with the chainsaw. I can't not get her. I can't not get her. That's like some Nikkei energy that she's got going, and I love that so much. Though, she might have 2 faces for that. We'll find out. We'll find out in June. Yeah, according to one of the promo according to one of the promo images, the eye patch is supposedly a sticker. Yeah, so I'll probably not be using the eye patch if I don't have, like, a spare face. is that rifle for the Gunpla figure. You know, I was thinking about it. Yeah, this one's an entry grade Grandpa beam rifle, and then I've got one of these. This is the beam rifle from the very first HGUC Grandpa Gundam, and it's a little bit smaller, and I kind of like that. I was thinking about painting this little guy up and using it for whenever I do my Gunpla kit bash. Because initially I was going to build the high-grade Sinanju rifle that I've got lying around. But I kind of like the idea of this. Plus, I've got an entry-grade Grandpa in the box. So I might do like a Grandpa Gundam Gunpla now that I'm thinking about it. I have the technology, and I've got enough extra joints to make it work. But yeah, this one's like the posable one. Like, I'll have to take it apart and do a little bit more cleanup on it. This one I probably would do seam line removal on. Just, be a good, it'd be good for practice. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll use this for it. I've got some ideas cooking. I don't know how compatible the entry grade would be without heavy parts modification, but I'll have to take a look. A high grade might be easier to work with. I don't know. I'll have to plan that out a little bit. And we do still have the big Chungus, the Sinanju bazooka, sitting here. I'm gonna have to bag that up. Yo, entry grade new would probably be fantastic for a kit bash with how big it is. Get ready for the Exorcist, chat. I'm fine. Yeah, I got some of these after it was recommended in the Discord. Some 5x7 centimeter, some 7.6 by 10 centimeter, and some 6x9 centimeter plastic baggies for holding Gunpla parts in. And normally, I'm using like some little plastic containers to hold those in. It's a disorganized mess. So, I'm gonna start using these for that. Yo, the new funnels as a dress? Yo, that would kind of fuck. Like, that sounds awesome, actually. I don't know how you would do the connections for it, but that would look really good. The blue rock candy. Which blue rock candy? Actually, those are kind of like the bags that you would see rock candy sold in, I'm not gonna lie. I want to build the Master Grade Justice Gundam with the waist joint. So, is it God of Nobody? Is it the newer Master Grade Justice? Does it have like a weak waist peg? Is that like a complication that particular kit has? By the way, chat, has stream been buffering for a handful of you at all? Because my preview buffers. But Twitch is telling me everything's fine. Let me see if I've dropped any frames on the OBS. Oh, no drop frames, so that might just be a Twitch thing. That might be a Twitch thing. Over on YouTube, God of Nobody is looking at the Master Grade Justice Gundam. But it might potentially have, like, a fragile waist complication. I don't know too much about the kit myself. Recipe dropped? Hell yeah. Let me go take a look here. Let me go take a looky look here. Yo, this actually looks really good. Hold on. Let me pin that. Boink. Does it use the same hip joints as the Master Grade Freedom 2.0? I think so, Spidey. Maybe. I know it's that new kit, like the newer kit that came out. I heard God of Nothing, and my ego inflated for a bit. I mean, there's still that Nine Kings game that we have that has the King of Nothing. I need to play that again. Okay, yes. The Justice has the same frame as the Master Grade Strike Freedom 2.0. I see. Oh, Unicorn. Is it used on the Providence as well? I didn't know that. Yo, I'm excited for the new high-grade Legend Gundam that's coming out. The Legend Gundam would be another fun one to do a kit bash with. I just don't know when it releases. June does have 2 kit releases that I'm excited for, though. That Chainsaw Girl and the G-Quux Hamrabi. So that's going to be 2 kits that I'm very excited for. Can we have an HGCE Justice, please? I would like that. I would like that. I have the very, very old high-grade Justice. And I'm going to be tearing that down for something as well. I've got an old Valve Rave kit, though, chat. And its legs and arms look, like, really cool. So, like, I could totally build a really cool, like, cyborg girl out of it. I'm thinking. I've got a lot of ideas and not enough spare bodies. Well, that's a clip. I mean, that's on brand for a Plague Doctor, I guess. If you want the kit, buy the kit. Do not be afraid if something breaks, fix it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Especially now that, like, I've never done a repair like this before today. We just winged it, and it worked. And for John Bandai to start selling polycap runners in the soft plastic they use now, please, please make them builder's parts. I would love to get some of those. I will qualify, though. This recipe is roughly 4 servings in large plates, or 6 with less filled plates. Okay. I want it. I want it. I'm not a good cook, but I want it. The last time I made steak, I turned it into rubber, but you know what? That was many years ago. That was many years ago. We have grown. We have evolved. We have, I don't know, done something. No, I can understand that, God of Nobody. That's how I felt like when I ripped this thing's head off by accident. I was like, well, that happened. Yeah, it's, at least for me on the East Coast, it's almost 4 p.m., which is wild to me. Big stretch. Gosh, I really can just dox all my movements with this. I'm a doo-doo cook. Warm it up and do it. That's kind of what I want to do. I really want to cook more. I want to start doing meal prep. Like, if I can get multiple days... Oh, it's almost 4 a.m. for you. Same time. Different time of day. Or night. Understandable. Yeah, no, like, I would really like to do some meal prep. Because when you have severe ADHD paired with autism, you have object permanence issues. Which means, in my case, I forget to eat. I very easily forget how to eat. How to eat. To eat. I know how to eat. I know how to eat good. But yeah, it's very easy to forget food. Especially, like, when you wake up, and it's like, I gotta stream. I gotta stream. I woke up late. I gotta stream. No time for food. Go, go, go. Terrible mindset, by the way. Yeah, I might have to start setting myself a feeding alarm, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, probably, because, like, I legitimately do have memory issues. Like, I legit just have memory issues paired into all of that. So, I probably need to set up some systems to automate. But, like, meal prepping that stew and stuff, that would be so good. Just heat it back up nicely. I mean, shit, something like that? Something like that sounds like it would be even better, like, the next day. Like, after it's marinated overnight, and you just heat it up again. Oh, that sounds good. But I did eat today, and I'm very happy about that. I did, in fact, eat today. So, chat, I'm probably not going to touch this until later tonight, as far as, like, cleaning it up and getting it put back together goes. Yeah, I've got enough room on my desk to do an unboxing video. I'm not here for the hand stream, but the streamer, so I imagine you could set up a cam and we chat. You know, I've thought about that. I've thought about that. My only fear... Well, you know what? I could stream it from mobile. Like, I could do a Twitch mobile stream. It would be Wi-Fi, but we could do it. And just have it pointed at the oven. I would have to do it at a very specific time. Because my housemates would, like, flip their lid if they saw me streaming in the kitchen. Just because, quote-unquote, you know, I'd be in the way. My housemates would very quickly say things that would get me canceled, so I would have to pick a time when they're not home to do any kind of cooking stuff. I've mentioned it before, but it's a very particular living arrangement that I have. And the housemates don't necessarily mesh with the whole streamer thing that I do. So I have to be kind of tactical about how I do things. But that's the way of it, I suppose. Find new housemates. If it were that easy. If it were that easy. But eventually. Eventually I would like to get me, like, I would like to get a place where I could, like, turn one of the rooms into, like, the streaming recording studio. Like, that's kind of, like, my ultimate goal. I would love to have, like, a little studio. It would be a DIY thing. And if they don't plan, they can have a chat with themselves. But I mean, I do have a nice, like, block of time, right? Like, 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Typically during a weekday, that's a nice block of time that I would have where I could potentially do something like that. Just make some mac and cheese. I love cooking myself. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Like, there's so many things I want to learn how to cook. I want to do, like... I need to get a cooking thermometer. I don't think we actually have one here, now that I'm thinking about it. I want to do a lot of stuff with grilled chicken. And I need to make sure I get the temperatures, like, on point for that, of course. Because I tried to eyeball chicken once, and that didn't go well for me. That did not go well. Hello, Han. Welcome on in on the YouTube side. How are you? Hope you're doing okay. We're kind of big vibing right now. We finished repairing some broken stuff, and it actually worked out pretty well. At least as far as the process goes. Later tonight, we'll find out if it actually plugs in right. Now, I have heard there is a way to eyeball chicken, or you cook it for just a very long period of time to the point where there's no way that it's not done. Oh, that reminds me. Years ago, with one of my coworkers when I was doing security, we were going to our semi-local hibachi takeout place, and it usually takes them like 20 to 30 minutes to get the order put together, right? So we would call the order in, like, you know, we'd give a little call on the phone, and we'd call it in on the way down the highway. And they had speakerphone on, or it was very loud, one of the two, but we could hear everything. And when he went to order his hibachi-style chicken, he was like, yeah, can I please get my hibachi-style chicken? We'll get that cooked medium well. And the person taking on the order on the phone was like, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. There's only one way to cook chicken, and that is well done. And he's like, wait, you can't have medium well chicken? And all of us in the car, except for the driver, turned to him. And we're like, no, you can't have medium well chicken. That's how you get, like, salmonella or something. And he's like, oh. And he's like, I guess I'll get some fully cooked chicken then. You're doing good? Hey, glad to hear it. Yeah, for those just joining, I know it's very tiny and hard to see. But we repaired this. We installed a new neck joint on this part here. We had to use a brass rod to do it. My thoughts exactly, Amon. Ooh, Winchester. Okay, question. I know the answer is typically yes, you can air fry anything. However, is it possible to air fry non-battered chicken? Like if I wanted to do like grilled chicken style, but like in the air fryer, no batter or anything. Is that possible? Is it like possible to do that or nah? It's weird because I never not eyeball mine. And I'm the only one in my family who is allowed to touch the meat on the grill. Similarly with pizza, I just do better pizza and meat. I think, yes, my mom does it. Possible, but I wouldn't. I don't know why, but I put the meat on the grill. Okay. I mean, I guess if I battered it up, it wouldn't be that bad since it's going in the air fryer, right? It's not like I'm deep frying it, so it's much better in general. Reason being, your girl has genetically high cholesterol, and I'm doing everything in my power to fight that, and America makes it very hard to do that. It do be like that. You have to blast it. Blast the fire. Oh, I see. Don't air fry battered anything? Really? Oh, unless it's already fried once. I see. I see. Okay. I mean, I guess the batter would get runny, right? Convection oven with a funny brand name, so everything you do can be done in an oven. You can air fry. Yeah, we've got one that's about as wide as this little cutting mat here. And I like it. It's much better than, like, even when it is just like working as just a normal toaster oven. I like it better than our old ass oven. Oh, the cleanup being a pain. I could see that. Yeah. No, that's fair. Especially if, like, the crumbs and stuff fall into it. And then those could potentially burn, and yeah, I could see that being a problem. I'm trying to, like, I want to get away from, like, super fried stuff, right? I want to get away from, like, the grease and stuff. Which is why I kind of want to do some, like, roasted potato wedges. Oh, gosh, that sounds so good, actually. I need to figure out, like, how to properly make potato wedges. Pardon me, chat. Parchment paper. Buy it, use it, love it. Our air fryer basically has 2 pots. There are no corners for crumbs. That's right, yeah. I think Winchester was mentioning, like, the kettle-style air fryers. Ours is, like, the toaster oven style. I feel like I would like the pot style better, to be honest. The pot style sounds very nifty. I do store-bought frozen chicken nuggets in the air fryer, but I never do bare chicken breast. Okay, that's really the big thing. I'll avoid bare chicken breast then. I'll save that for the actual grill that we have outside. Because we have a grill and we have a skillet on the back deck. They're not mine, but they are there to be used. So, that is a potential option as well. I've done chicken breast in my microwave, though. As a grill setting. Ooh, you know, I have heard about that, yeah. Because, like, so, steamer, right? Steamer. I did a lot of steamer cooking at one of my jobs. I got very, very well acclimated to steaming things, like how long you steam it, how you can steam it, what will not steam well. And that's what I got comfortable with, was just throwing it in the aquatic microwave, as it were. Because, you know, I did a lot of work with seafood. And people want it, you know, steamed crabs, steamed lobsters, steamed shrimp, steamed clams casino, whatever you want to call it. That's also why I have so many, like, burns on my hands, too, because that shit hurts. That steam does not play around. Good 10 years of that. Oof. Did a number on me. Also, like, the undersides of my wrist, it would get me, too. Not necessarily because, like, I would reach over it when I opened it a lot. The gasket and the latch on the steamer was not good. So, occasionally, when we would lift our hands up to set the timer for the steamer, because the one on it didn't work, the little door would pop open, and our wrists and hands would get flavor blasted by, like, 200-degree steam. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. There is cut baking paper for the pots, too. Really? Planning on to review one of my kits, but don't know which one. Ooh. If it's your first time doing it, maybe, like, a smaller kit? Maybe, like, a high grade or something, potentially? I'm not sure what you got to work with. Also, yeah, chat, for anyone who did watch our Sinanju Stein review, yeah, the audio is very not great. And I was using the 2 wireless lapel mics that I have in this. And for some reason, it was cutting off, like, the end of all of my sentences. So when I went to remove all the silence in the editor, it kind of just smashed everything together. And I couldn't very easily fix it, and it was at a point where I could not easily re-record the audio. So that's why that one sounds weird. I'm gonna go back to using the desk mic for the future ones, because that just works a wee bit better. I would rather drag my boyfriend into your kitchen and make us 3-neck pork and stuff. Might do a chicken in the oven next Thursday, unless they have parted out turkeys at the supermarket. Thanksgiving really is next week, isn't it, huh? Hold that thought, chat. It is time for the ad break. Let me go run the ads super fast. And then once I get back, we will wind down. Potentially see who we can raid. But give me just a quick sec, and we'll be right back. As soon as I get over to OBS. Okay, we back. We back. Whole turkey's too much for me, but I would eat a turkey leg. I'm gonna try to start getting back into it, but over the last, like, handful of years, like, I haven't been, like, as huge of a turkey person. But I want to get back into it, like some actual good turkey, and try to avoid the deli turkey a little bit just because of all the sodium. But I feel like turkey would be a good one to start eating too. I know turkey's kind of bland, but that's where like seasonings and stuff come in. I know that adds more sodium to it, but there's a lot of things you can do with turkey. Chat, how many of you do turkey with like cranberry sauce on it? I've never done it, but one of the streamers I follow was talking about how they always do their turkey with a cranberry sauce on it. And I guess I don't know. I wonder how that would actually be, you know? I wonder what that would actually be like. I guess it would help if I've ever had cranberry sauce before, but I have not. I have not, so I don't really have a frame of reference for how well those two palettes would kind of mix up together. I did turkey buffalo wings a few years ago, but I haven't seen turkey wings for sale in a while. Oh yeah, buffalo would go really good on that, wouldn't it? Yeah, because turkey's like an empty palate. You can do a lot of things with turkey. Oh, chat! Oh, chat, it's almost time. I didn't think about this. Oh, we've got to do a stream where we watch the Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner in a can videos. Oh, hell yes, we're gonna do that. 100% we're gonna do that. I need that in my life. It's just a really, really big chicken. The turducken. Actually, I remember at work we started getting in quote pre-made turduckens, so that was a thing. That was a thing that happened. I know people like them. That's too much bird on bird action for me though. That's a bit too much bird on bird action for me. Also, chat, thank you again for the follows and the resubbies today. I'm taking a look around. I'm also slouching. My back hurts. My back hurts. Crying, screaming, throwing up. Taking a look around on Twitch. Taking a look around on Twitch. Let me reload this here. Boop. See if any of our goobers are live today. Birdie num num. Yeah, because like I know I've mentioned it a few times before. I don't plan on cutting out red meat entirely. I am definitely trying to cut back on it though. So that's one of the things I've been kind of looking to do, and fish is not an option for me, so to the birds! To the birds it is, chat. To the birds it is. I have a suggestion. Hit me with that suggestion. Hit me with that suggestion. Like a cinder block to the face, please. Hit them really hard with a hammer. You know, you are a man that owns a hammer, so I do trust your judgment on that. You are in fact a man who owns a hammer. I own the best hammer. Gosh, I would never pay for it, but I would love to have like a replica of the Doom hammer. That'd be pretty neat, but I'll see if Ren can like 3D print out a tiny one. Just a little tiny Doom hammer. Oh gosh, a Gunpla-sized Doomhammer. That would be kind of funny. I'll make Thrall. And then I'll make Garrosh. And then I'll make Garrosh just standing on top of Thrall. It'll be like a little diorama. I'm sure Hyde would appreciate that diorama. I'll send you a link. I'm trying to plan out how the rest of my evening needs to go, chat. I'm gonna get dinner sorted. That's gonna be the next thing that I do. And then I need to record that video. So I'll probably keep this computer running and I'll just eat dinner here after stream. And then I can just get right into recording because I can move all this stuff out of the way. Thankfully, the gun cannon box isn't that big. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and grab that gun cannon box while we're just kind of sitting here. Let me put this here. Move this over here. Move that up there. These are little bits that I can throw away. All right, yeah, let me go grab the gun cannon. I'm about to like do a backflip, by the way, so be warned. That was more of a back snap than a backflip, but you know what? We'll take it. Ugh. Scooch back up here. If I ever do get proper, like, mocap, you won't have to worry about that, because I'll actually turn properly. With the Itachi. Pathetic. Pathetic. But yeah, this is the gun cannon that Einar sent me. I had to reshape the box because I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a massive like cave-in that was here, and I managed to like buff it out. So yeah, I'll probably go ahead and just use this model for the unboxing. Let me go to Warudo. Let me slide myself over here. Okay. Let me slide myself a little bit more. I don't like to be, like, so big and in your face when I'm doing, like, unboxings and stuff. On stream, I don't mind it, because I want to showcase the models, so I'll be large and in charge. But for, like, a little video like this, I'll just be in the corner here, tucked away. Where I belong. Let me tilt myself a little bit. There we go. There's a method to the madness, chat. Yo, this is like perfect in the camera. Hey, yo. I like that. Actually looks really good. Local vampire, pat cell phone back. Bottom energy. I mean, not wrong. Not wrong. Boink. Yeah, we'll do the full zoom out. But I am looking forward to building this, though, so... Oh yeah, I forgot this side of the box is kind of crunch munch, too. Runners are fine, though, and that's what matters. But I'm excited for this. Like, I love the gun cannon light type so much. You know, the funny thing about this is it has all of the little mounting points that the Gundam had for the funnels. So I thought that was interesting. Could you imagine a gun cannon with funnels? I don't think the world's ready for that. But yeah. If all goes well, we'll start working on this tomorrow. It means I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup tonight, but I might save it for later today, so I don't like... I wanna do a little bit of vibing today. Ooh, I like how this manual is laid out. Yo, the construction on this looks really good. Hello? Ah, damn, okay. Not mad about that. Large firearm mounted on the backpack can also be fired from a crawling position while taking cover behind. Melee weapon, beam saber. Beam rifle created for the gun cannon can also be carried by the light gun cannon. Okay. Oh, by the way. Apparently, and don't quote me on this, but apparently, I've not watched the show, right? The Gundam from Requiem for Vengeance. Apparently, the beam sabers are like one use only. They don't like recharge, and that's why it's got 3 beam sabers, because they're like a disposable camera. Let's see. The leg linkage in the real grade Wing Zero is peak. Ooh. I'm very curious to what you mean by that, Spidey. Is it just like a very good assembly? It's kind of exciting. That would not make sense for a weapon. Yeah. Well, okay, so according to Gundam Battle Operation 2, the beam sabers are one use only. So it's got like a beam saber rack of 3. So basically, when the battery runs out on the beam saber, it's toasted, and you just gotta chuck it. But I don't know how true that is. It's so good, and it can still transform. Oh, that's right, because doesn't the legs split, right? For the Wing Zero's transformation, the legs kind of split open, don't they? And then, like, the foot goes up into the leg, if I recall. Why would you not return it to the backpack and then use one of the other ones, though? That is fair. That is fair. Even if it is burnt up, that's still materials. I got the Solari Zaku. I don't have that Gundam, but I do have the Solari Zaku, and I'm very excited to build that at some point. There's many things that I'm excited to build, chat. Ideally, it should only take us a few days to get this gun cannon put together, depending on like how long we go. I'm not going to let myself go over 5 hours this week because I really need to preserve my throat. So I've been trying to cap streams at like 4 hours lately, just to protect it. Solari was peak for a high grade. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. So when I saw it, and it's like, hey, I can get this for 16 bucks. I very much bought that very quickly. I need a backlog from my backlog chat. Send help. Don't worry, when I get the opportunity, we will do a video going over the backlog. And what I think I'm going to do, it's going to be a lot of jump cuts, so be prepared. Be prepared for a lot of jump cuts. It'll basically be me individually pulling the kits out of the backlog, dropping them here, stating the name, and moving on. That way I can do the audio properly. So it's going to be a very jump cut, bang, bang, bang kind of video, because there's a lot of backlog to get through. Anyway. Oh, was the Dark Magician Girl, like, really good? I'm glad. I'm glad. I was seeing some other Megami device kits that have caught my eye. I am interested in more Kotobukiya stuff. I will say, I did see the Blade Liger model kit. I was tempted to get it. I was very tempted to get it. However, it was like, even with the discount, it was still like 38 bucks. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Trying to be a little responsible, you know? Gotta be a little bit responsible. Alright, chat. Chatterinos, my gremlins. We're probably not going to raid out today. We'll get back to raiding out tomorrow. But I think we are going to go and call it here. I'm going to go get some food. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this video recorded and ready to go. I probably won't release it tomorrow. I'll release the video later in the week. Raid Shizu. Who is Shizu? Who is Shizu? Let me take a look here. We will see. Let me see. Shizo Ikami? I don't think I know them. Let me see. Oh my gosh, they also have a pink mat, and they have a little kitty. Yeah, we'll raid Shizu. Chat, you're getting some cat content. Thank you, Hyde. Let's see. The oh no. There we go. I'll have to properly answer her questions in a minute. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go raid Shizu, chat. Alright, let me get this raid set up then, if that's the case. Let's see. Shizu Ikami, there we go. Alright. Let me close this tab for them real quick. And let's start this raid. Alright, chat, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I will let you know later on today how the repair process turned out, like how sturdy it is. I'm going to wait a few hours before I actually touch it, before I put the head on, things like that. I do want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out. YouTube, thank you for being here. Twitch, thank you for being here. YouTube, I'll get these streams scheduled out later tonight. I've got to get a thumbnail put together for this goober so we can start on it. And, yeah, should be having a stream as normal tomorrow, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to get the hell out of here. And I will catch you all tomorrow.